The Prophet ﷺ mentioned that if you are repelled from doing a good deed because of you thinking, oh, people will think that I'm doing it for people, then that's from shaitan. No matter what is there, no matter what the precautions are there, if you're doing good deeds, if you're following upon the ayah وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا, read the Quran in a beautiful voice. When the Prophet ﷺ gave importance and tafdeel and virtue to somebody who reads beautifully and melodiously, then you're doing a good act of worship. So if you look at it from what you said, right, like your question, I could do that for every other action. I can instead of like, I could say that, oh my God, me leading salah in a masjid for Taraweeh, I'm not going to do it because I fear that I'm going to have pride. Or that will like, oh, I'm just not going to pray salah because I fear that my mom's going to walk in on me and she's going to be impressed. So the precautions of those things, the true way out of it is not to completely stop the action. That's from shaitan. That's not a good thing to do. That act of thinking that makes you do that action, that's a sin. The importance, and to be honest, I wouldn't even change a single thing that we did when I was 12 and 13, simply because our teacher enforced this upon us as he was teaching, that you are not doing this for anybody but Allah. One of my teachers told me that if you think that you can control the Quran will end up controlling you. You cannot, the Quran is not an open playbook for you to write your own musical notes and to you to do it to impress people. Our teacher would always remind us of the hadith that one of the three people that are going to enter Jahannam first is the Qari'. He's the reciter of the Quran. I mean, at that time, Qari' included alim, right? So, in the books of fiqh, when you have who should lead salah, you have a'lamuhum, and then some of the fuqaha, they say aqra'uhum. But aqra'uhum, the most recited amongst them is actually a'lamuhum as well. So the hafiz of the Quran and the alim, right? So qari over there means alim. But it's also a qari as well, a person who can recite the Quran melodiously. So our teacher enforced this upon us, that you're not doing it for anybody but Allah. And this is what I always tell people, is that you should not be repelled from trying to beautify your voice because of the precautions. Rather, the true way out of it is to always have the cognizance that I'm not doing this for anybody but Allah. The best way to build that up, and that's how we did when we were young, is that when you recite in front of people, you look at the people and you say that these are nobody, but the person who's looking at me right now is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you have the cognizance that Allah and His Prophet are in front of you, you won't do it for anybody other than them.